So let's get practical about keeping homes positive. I've got 3 quick strategies for you. The first one is hit and run praise. I want you to think of a magpie. A magpie swoops in and then retreats really quickly. Sometimes parents, we give our kids a compliment and we stand there expecting them to give us a compliment back. It's not gonna happen. You might walk past a teenager and say, hey, your muscles are looking good, or great makeup today, or your homework is done so quickly tonight, good job. Don't stick around and wait for them to roll their eyes. Hit and run that praise and get yourself out of there. The next thing I want you to do is let them overhear you bragging about them. Now, this can be really tricky if our young people are just surrounding themselves with negatives at the moment, things that are really, really annoying you. And you might have to search really hard, like looking for gold dust, to find something that you can brag about. But once you've found something, what I want you to do is exaggerate it. I mean, a good brag always involves an exaggeration. What did they do? How did it make you feel? What were the implications for other people? Really get good at embellishing it. You might talk to their grandma on the phone, or their auntie, or a neighbor. You might talk to one of their friends who's standing right next to them. But it's so good for our kids to hear us talking positively about them. The third thing is actually sharing stories of their childhood. Now, this can be really annoying for teenagers if mums keep breaking out in these reminiscing moments. I tend to do it in my home. My teenagers hate it. But it's actually really important to anchor them in who they are, who they have been, and how much they were loved and valued as a child. And the only way to do that is to actually tell them stories about their lives. If your teenager's particularly grumpy at the moment, you might want to take a box of kindy items, those drawings or photos, and just leave it on the kitchen table. And when they start asking questions about it, that's your time to move on in with the best stories that you've got. So oftentimes our teenagers can be surrounded by so many negatives, and often negatives at school that we're not even aware of. When they come home and when they enter in that front door, we want to make sure that we're balancing out all those negatives that they're experiencing with a lot of positives. We want to ground them in the truth of who they are and our relationship with them.